Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Plays by name Isaac. Afterbirth Plus, doing just fine lately. You know what? Lazarus is due for a darkroom run. Well, I'm in the darkroom mode. Let's do it. Let's do it. W Jack JKCK. Not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. I do want to peep this real quick. I don't necessarily want to die as Lazarus right now and become Dark Lazarus. I'd really rather wait, just for safety's sake, until there's a little bit of HP to go around. But it's a good opportunity for us to do so productively. And in fact, even if this just gives us Spirit Hearts, I might take them up on that offer. Although, and there is a Spirit Heart there, it would be better for us. I figured we should try it right now, and I'm glad we did, honestly. Let's wait on that Spirit Heart, because if we get more Red Hearts, we can play that room back, and there's another Spirit Heart. So this is a good floor to become Dark Lazarus, or Reborn Lazarus, however you want to describe it. Either way, we got a great opportunity to actually make the most of our self-sacrifice room here, which we never do. I'm not sure what we can get. We can get the key pieces, but I don't really want to fight the angels on the first floor with base Lazarus stats. Like, that sounds like a freaking slog. I am not interested. But if our item room contains, like, one of the truly amazing items, we might be able to swing it. I mean, hey, why not just fight or teleport to the dark room right off the bat? Like, well, we're talking about things that'll never happen. Why don't we just go to the dark room on the very first floor? Reminds me, I gotta start doing dailies again at some point. I gotta unlock the Forgotten as well. It's been suggested many times, and I should definitely knock it out. 2020 is really good. The only thing is, like, if I'm being honest, the reason I haven't unlocked the Forgotten is because I'm already, like, so good and the game's so easy that I worry that if I unlock the Forgotten, it'll just tilt things, you know, into, like, beyond easy mode. And it'll become like a walk in the park. Because, like, when you're already an esports professional with a 5-figure lifetime prize pool winnings, I mean, games like this is just baby mode. That's right. I've come in the top half of 2 separate mobile-focused esports tournaments. You got a problem with that? You know, it's not easy. It was worked hard to get these views. Where we dropping, boys? Feel blessed. Okay. Not wrong, but simultaneously, like, what's it to ya? And we will sack town here. We feel blessed yet again. Move! I almost did not move, and I got afraid there. Okay. Speed is out of control. 2020's lovely. Don't let the stats fool you. I'll call out a run that looks good but is bad. In the interest of fairness, this is a run where statistically it maybe doesn't look that amazing when you just take a glance at the stat sheet, but is actually kind of awesome. 4 cents. We don't really care about having an arcade, so this is not that bad. Let's head down to the next floor. And we know we're going to get a deal with the devil here. Really want to up that DPS just to stay, you know, on trajectory. Everything else is looking just fine, though. And I can't stress enough this. We have triple the speed stat, basically, that we had on our last run up until nearly the very end. Dude, it's another speed upgrade. But piercing 2020. I'll take piercing shots over a DPS upgrade. Really good crowd control. It's like getting a cleave in Slay the Spire. Hoping that was a library. I did see Diplopia in there. So I think Diplopia, especially at half price, it's basically like the only item in the game where it's objectively the right thing to buy. Because buying Diplopia gets you everything else. So we need 1 more cent to make that happen. We could also, what I'm thinking right now is you Diplopia, there was a reroll machine in there. I know, you're like, you only saw it for half a second. How'd you know this? I told you many times my brain works so insanely fast. It's a really good brain. I said this on the NLSS. I don't want to blow those up. Well, I want to blow them up. I just don't want to deal with the consequences of the donation machine blowing up. You know, we were playing Wreckfest. And I remembered, like, specifically what a track name was. And I said what I said was, man, I have such a good brain, I wish I was more able to access its information efficiently. And I think people took that as a very conceited, kind of stuck up, like, wow, this guy's bragging about how smart he is. No, 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 no. I'm bragging, we'll take Rotten Baby, of course, that the meat is good. It's like having a good, like your hard drive's got a lot of space, but it's got a really slow read-write speed. Like, the fact that that information was locked away, you know, the name of the track that I needed to get to in order to enjoy my Wreckfest experience to the fullest. However, I didn't know what Google search to type in to make it pop up in my neurons. It happens all the time. You gotta get yours. Well, I gotta get mine, and everything is fine when you bouncing with the DOG. You got the cultivating music that be captivating he who listen. Alright, this is pretty okay. Start with Coupon. That gives us Coupon, which is pretty strong. And then we definitely want car battery. I don't think we need a second car battery. So what we're going to do is do this. And then we get fanny pack. And explosive diarrhea. Drop one. Drop one up here. No. This coupon's done, right? If only we could get, like, the battery charge. Okay. This is still absurdly good. Coupon, not that good. But we got fanny pack and car battery for free. Now that I think about it, that's actually not really that strong. Car battery's good. I mean, car battery coupon seems like a solid combo. But we're still at the same level of DPS. For now. For now, that's it. You never know what might happen in the future. So if we... I think you have to do this at some point. You just, like, pick it up and put it back down enough until you get to wait what. Will I roll Coupon or wait what? That's a tough call. I think I'll roll Coupon for now. Please. Please. Is this not how this works? I thought I read somewhere that, like, if you just pick it up and put it back down... There we go! I knew it! Okay, so we got wait what. It's tough, because wait what is, like, unlimited bombs, but the coupon is, like, unlimited shop items. So what would you take in this situation? Right now, I feel like the shop items are a little bit more valuable. We have 3 Spirit Hearts. I will sack 1 to go in here. Perhaps a little bit against my better judgment. I should say, our DPS is the same, but it's not. Our DPS on a statistical level is the same, but our damage output is higher thanks to Rotten Baby. So it's not like it's necessarily as bad as it looks. Weirdly enough, we've had Samson's chain many times in our, you know, this infancy of our save file for whatever reason. It's been showing up with quite regularity. Is that it? It's probably not the way you would choose to conjugate that sentence if you had any foresight whatsoever. Anyway. Dude, I'm in the market, I should say, for some one-pot recipes. Because I gotta be honest, I'm running out of chili. Hold on. This is an important room for us. I don't think we've had tier detonators, so this is really nice. We have blank card, that's right. We need another charge for this. We could maybe just get one from the shop itself, but anytime it gives us a battery for free with the doubled coupon, I'm happy. So I'm almost out of chili, and because my brain is broken, or good, depending on your perspective, I could easily make another pot of chili and have another 6 or 7 meals out of it. And I think, in general, that's what I'm leaning towards right now. But I'm also open. I want a meal. I don't mind cooking at home. I like it. What I don't like doing most of the time is spending half an hour a night cooking a special dinner. I would rather take an hour or even an hour and a half and then cook something I can eat for many, many dinners. So here's my conditions, okay? Hot and fresh out the kitchens. Mama rolling that body. Got every man in here wishing. It needs to be... You need to be able to take it from start to finish in under an hour and a half. I'll accept an hour and a half, but under an hour and a half. Chili's a little weird because, like, you cook it for more than an hour and a half, but the active prep time is under 90 minutes, no question. It's probably, like, you know, 25 or something. It needs to store well in leftovers. Preferably use as few dishes as possible. Not out of laziness, just out of convenience in this case, you know? I don't want to make, you know, a high-roasted eggplant parmesan that requires, you know, a mesh sieve. I want to throw a bunch of vegetables into a pot and be good to go. So hit me up on Twitter with your suggestions, your recipes, etc., etc. I will possibly try exactly one of them. Dude, this is really good. So already, I'm loving Wait What here. We got, well, we didn't get that many items out of it. Oh, no, we got a lot of items ticked off the list, but we also got Humbling Bundles, so I'm moving on here. Like I tweeted about it, I said, hey, hit me up with your one-pot recipes. And let's see what we got here. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That was probably an answer to a different question. Any curry, pretty much. It's a great point. But I will say... One second. I don't want it... I'm not going, like, low carbohydrate. Because I love carbohydrates. I just... I don't necessarily... Like, can you just eat curry? I mean, obviously you can, but is it done? Because every time we have curry here, it's like curry over something. Usually curry over rice, sometimes over quinoa, sometimes over potatoes, but usually, like 90% of the time, over rice. And rice is, I mean, it's not inconvenient. We have a rice cooker. It basically stores the rice for me, but I don't really want to eat like 2 cups of rice a day. I just don't like rice that much. I like it okay. I'd really rather just have it be beanie. And then a lot of people are probably already going to suggest soup. I love making soup. Kate will tell you, if you ask, it's probably my favorite thing to cook. But, I don't know. It's hard to make soup a meal that you can just eat 2 bowls of a day and be fine with. Maybe in like the 1500s when it was like, oh, cabbage soup, is it my birthday? I can understand it. But now, live in a modern era, you know, I think my head will explode if I try to do that. Stew, maybe. I can get down with a stew. But then, like, I don't know. Something... It has not been hard to be a lot less meaty in my consumption, but in my head, when I think of stew, I think of beef. And that doesn't, you know, probably when people think of chili, they think of beef as well. But something about the fact that I wouldn't be getting pieces of stewing beef stuck between my teeth, it just feels like that takes half the fun out of a stew consumption experience. Anyway, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I had a lot of people suggest, just on, when I was peeping Twitter right there, suggest spaghetti as well, and it's, I mean, I guess, I don't know, I'm adding way too many arbitrary conditions. It's like when your friend asks you for advice, and you're like, why don't you do the obvious solution? And they're like, I can't because I don't want to. I would much rather you just gave me a magic solution that didn't exist. I didn't really want advice. I just wanted you to tell me that it was okay to make chili again. But now I'm like, I don't really want to use the microwave because, I don't know. I just find it doesn't taste as good if you reheat something in the microwave, but you really reheat spaghetti in a pan. I don't know. So we're going mom's knife. Of course. Why wouldn't we? What do we need on this guy? You know, it's obvious, but we need Delirium. And this is a run that it could work on. Now, experimental treatment screwed us a little bit on damage, but, you know, Mom's Knife 2020 does a lot to stop that from really getting us down. High Priestess is pretty good. I don't think we care about making the other things in there free. We really want reroll machines in order to make the coupon as good as possible. Coupon has done good work for us. I would get rid of it for... I mean, to be honest, I should have gotten rid of it for blank card, but it was doing some cool stuff for us. And only rarely do we even get the opportunity to use it like that in the first place. So, like, most of the time, coupon just ends up being sort of, you know, 60-40. We don't use... Oh, you know what? We can use it on deals with the devil, you fool. You actual moron. That's me talking to myself. Not talking to you. We should have used it on the deal with the devil. And we will keep this, obviously. The coupon, that is. For now, knowing that we can use it on the deal with the devil. And I cannot be an idiot about it. Heading down to the next floor. On pace for boss rush. Do not want to do boss rush. We will do hush to make Delirium possible. We've already done hush as Lazarus, but this is just my game plan right now. If our HP, you know, shrinks wildly, we'll probably try to just sneak a Darkroom run in there. But I really, like, in my power rankings, a Delirium run is so much more valuable to knock out than a Darkroom run. But it's also higher risk. Like, when you go all the way to Delirium and then just die against him, it's a very sort of situation. Also, thank you for the tips on, like, save file efficiency. I'm not really shooting for the fastest save file time ever, but there's a very important tip that I've been ignoring out of convenience, I suppose, that would be very helpful for me to actually implement, and that's at least do the challenges that give you Yera and Perthro, and maybe, you know, like Algiz, Awaz, depending on your perspective. You know, the good runes, the runes that are, like, truly dominant, and then especially if you... Can you get Rune Bag when you only have those unlocked? I don't know. So these are free. Although we will be hurt picking them up. It's worth it. 1 Spirit Heart to get Little Brim and Contract from below. And we already have Humbling Bundle. Now we are cooking. I'm glad I realized that before the end. Because that would have been embarrassing. We got Item Room and Shop. Still a little terrible from a damage perspective. We got plenty of time. Oh, that was terrible. I gotta recognize, you know, some of these enemies will beat us in a race to do damage. They won't die before they hit me. Anyway. It's really good, but is it as good as getting a bunch of free deal with the devil and shop items? I gotta say no. Remember, boss rush is completely irrelevant. Unless you were to get an item that you enjoyed. But, Hush is necessary. So I don't think we need to speed up yet, but at some point we're going to want to kick it into gear here. I'm drowsy. Good to know. It would be really useful for the Hush or Delirium fight. You know, cooking's one of these weird things. I kind of see cooking a little bit like math. And that you're going to have to let me go on this one, okay, for a bit. It's one of those things where people go, I can't do this, without realizing that, you know, cooking to a basic level is actually one of the simplest tasks in the world. Literally, like, if you're a sciencey type and you're like, I can't cook, you're wrong. You can cook. If you've ever done a lab, you can cook. Cooking is just labs, but with more tolerance, because either way, you're getting some deliciousness out of it. People, they sometimes are under the assumption that, like, the cook is an eldritch art. Like, I couldn't, my brain doesn't wrap it. I believe there are people who are, you know, maybe naturally more suited to cooking than others. But for the oh, there's a tinted rock. For the most part, like, you know, it's two things. It's following instructions and then also having experience. Yes, I will take this. I'm not the best cook, chef, whatever word you want to use in the world, but I'm above competent. And the reason I'm above competent is because I, you know, read recipes and did them, and then eventually you just learn, okay, like, this is roughly how long you should cook this kind of meat, this is roughly how long you should cook this kind of meat, these sorts of dishes have this, you know, spice profile in them, this seasoning profile, and then, you know, you just figure it out after a while. If you're in college, like, learn how to cook. It will serve you so well. Why would you pay money for that? That was very dumb. Sure. My whole thinking here is at least Mr. Me can sort this out. Never mind. Heart was in the right place. Grab this. Do some rerolls. Oh, Daddy wants Sackboy. Thank you. So Sackboy. If it dropped a battery, it would be the greatest coup in history. Instead, it was just pretty great. Sorry to say, I would love that, but shooting for the moon here. I'd love PhD as well, but we finally got a damage upgrade. Anyway, now I can continue on my earlier point, which is just largely to say, you know, it's not actually anyone that's telling you cooking is hard. I don't know what point they're trying to make. It seems very strange to me that they would lie to you. Being a restaurant caliber chef, I can't even fathom. It's not for me, let's put it that way. But, you know, being like a competent cook who can make simple meals for yourself at home is awesome. You know, it's the easiest way to save money on planet Earth. And also, it can be fun, you know, cooking a meal. It's a little bit of like it's a playtime adventure sometimes. Now, sometimes you're like, man, I open up the fridge and I would really, my choices are like, I could eat some cheese, or I can make like an incredibly elaborate pasta dish. And that's when you end up calling Domino's. But still, if you learn to cook like 4 or 5 things, you're set. Don't let the crooked media hold down your cooking skills is all I'm trying to tell you. I still think we should roll the coupon here. And the reason we're doing the coupon is because we have very little HP, but we may get deals with the devil. We definitely do not want to swap characters. Okay, dare I suggest, there may be a chance for us to do boss rush, and with Mom's Knife, it's not actually the worst idea for us to potentially do it, but let's see what we get with the coupon first. Why save a bomb here? Bad brain. So we didn't need to do that, but I'm really happy we're leaving with a battery charge nonetheless, so if we get a deal with the devil, we can use a coupon there, and I'll just very quickly peep this. It is a second secret room. Sure, why not? It means that we'll pay a red heart instead of 3 spirit hearts if we have to pay for a deal with the devil, which is highly unlikely, but we're gonna get a... We had the eternal heart anyway by default. Oh, this is a surprise. I mean, obviously. Pact is really good. 9 lives is terrible when you want to fight Hush, but so what? I don't think we really want the virus. A double tinted rock. Now we're cooking. Alright, HP's looking real nice. That being said, you know, I have things that I'm... You know, I have told people like, oh, I can't do this. And I'm sure that they feel the same way. That I am incorrect and just need practice. Drawing is one thing. Like, I really feel that good artists... I mean, I'm not denying the fact that there's also thousands, literally thousands, maybe tens of thousands for some people, hours of practice and training and, you know, regimens that go into this sort of stuff to get good at it. I'm not denying that. Like, I don't think anybody just picks up a pen and is like, or a pencil or whatever you guys use, and is like, ah, you know, it's an orange, and then it's in the Louvre. But I think I picture things in my head different than other people. Like, I can picture... An orange is a little different because it's just like, in my head is a circle. When I picture, like, a person's face, to my brain, it's a good resemblance. But when I try to draw it, it comes out like an actual, like, garbage fire. I don't know if artists, like, if they see things more differently. Is that... Do artists see things more differently? Google. Hold on. I mean, obviously. Dude, the coupon has just been crushing it here. I was wrong about this item. We've also been getting deals with the devil with, like, reckless abandon so far. But, I notice it whenever we play, like, Scribble.io on the show. Or especially Passepartout, the Starving Artist. Whenever people start doing, like, shadows and stuff like that, I feel like in real life, I don't even see shadows. I know that sounds ridiculous, but... Like, I never know how to draw them in drawing. I'm like, should the shadow be a darker color? That makes sense, but like, I don't know, is this a shadow or is this shading? What's thatching? What's cross-thatching? I have no idea. It's a bit of an embarrassing admission, but when I was 3, I wanted to be an artist. I don't know, like I guess like a comic artist or something, or I don't know, someone who draws for a living is what I wanted to be when I grew up. The whole reason was because, let me just tell you something, when you're 3, everybody sucks at drawing. So I didn't know that, you know, I had lacked a certain amount of natural acumen for it. And secondarily, I watched a lot of Art Attack. That's right, in Canada we had Art Attack too. I thought Neil from Art Attack was a Canadian guy with a British accent. Obviously, now that I'm older, I realize it's a British television program. Either way, doesn't change the way I feel. Well, it does now, because I, you know, don't want to be an artist. That's probably, like, actually my nightmare job. Now, I would love to get a deal with the devil here. That door should stay open. If it doesn't stay open, I apologize and we'll just do dark room. But I really want to see, even with the knife, if we could get the guppy dream to happen. Does not appear so. Still fine. I have lots of red hearts. And we got the coupon on the blue womb, which seems like a good use of our time, if you ask. Ooh, if you ask me. A little spooky there temporarily. Sure. I mean, betrayal is just horrible. Dark Bum, extremely useful. Keep in mind, we have a humbling bundle and contract from below. So, like, we got real... Oh, that's great news. Not a black market, which would have been awesome. Instead, the worst... Yeah, really glad this room exists. It adds a lot to the game, I think. Okay, well, still coupon, but it is kind of bad. And we'll give you... Spending all our money on it, and spending time on it. You know, as long as we're talking about songs that are going to be recognized as classics in 20 years, you gotta put My Humps in the category. What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside that trunk? I'm gonna get you drunk. Get you love drunk off my hump. My hump. My hump, my hump, my hump. My hump, my hump, my hump. My lovely lady lumps. Check it out. I met a girl down at the disco. She said, hey, 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 yeah, let's go. I forget, but it ends with, put your milk in my Cocoa Puffs. Milky, milky cocoa. Look, I was a high school senior in 2005. I was too good for that song back then, and I'm still too good for it now. But I know all the words. Hush fight so far, very good. We are getting, well, I mean, we got hit once. The thing is, when we get hit, we have a good chance to drop 2 red hearts, which is basically a good chance to get a spirit heart in return. We're probably going to get like a 60% refund on any damage we take right now. Now, it is up to a dice roll to some extent, but still. So we've already done Hush's Lazarus. I don't remember even what we got. It might be Laz Rags, hilariously enough. So I'd like to stand on the axis here. Oh, beautiful. We can get a lot of shots in here while he's slowed. Help. I hate those flies, man. Still safe. Ooh, he almost got me there. So without chaos, there can be no order. Isn't that something Jeff Goldblum said in one of those Jurassic Park movies? Probably. One of those movies with the dang old theme park dinosaurs, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. Please. Now, I would love... What I was going to say is without chaos, we have very little chance to get Guppy on the Delirium floor. He's done. That was a great fight. Pretty fast as well. So we are going to go... We could knock out Darkroom, but why would we fight Hush just to get to the Darkroom, you know? Especially when we've already done it. It doesn't make any dang sense, I ask you. How do I feel about this one? I think if we can get... If we go into the Delirium fight with full HP, we got every chance in the world. Now, if I am interpreting this map correctly, I'm looking at it, and going, it doesn't exist. So, I really feel like if I just find the boss fight, I'm gonna do it. I know we got 9 lives. That's the miserable part. At least we're learning, like, hey, right off the bat, if you find the boss fight, focus on that first attempt, because every other attempt is gonna be friggin' miserable. If you die, which I hope we don't. You know at some point we're gonna get red hearts here. Blind Rage is well worth going back for in my world. Okay, you got a peep. The devil. The devil. Of course. Guess it's just a doubled version. Spirit Hearts? 1 Spirit Heart. 2 boss fights. I was gonna say, because there's 2 boss fights, it's very unlikely that one of them will be Delirium. Getting a little closer to Beelzebub, maybe, with Forever. Oh, okay, it's Delirium. Okay, focus. Devil. Very simple. What's our big disadvantage right now? Little Delirium and Rotten Baby are our only things that hit at range. Foot is a huge opportunity for us. And remember... Okay, that's very fair. Remember, when you get hit, let Dark Bum take those red hearts. Oh, it's beautiful. Except for the fact that he broke and also hit me in the process. Okay, we're about halfway done. No refunds on our health so far. But I think still decidedly in decent territory. I think the shot generated itself on my body. He's starting to move too quickly. You son of a gun. By the way, this fight is a very good example of why I basically never want to fight Delirium ever when I finish the save file. It's a lot of fun being like endlessly telefragged by things you can't see until they're exactly on top of you. That's a tough one. That was... Any chance? No chance. Ah, crap. Things are getting rough. Some of the damage, without a doubt, our fault. So frustrating, dude. How are we gonna get out of this? Well, there's one easy way. Don't get hit. Lull, forehead. It was like, we could try to blow up those, but what are we gonna get out of it? Like, blow up the pots, get a quarter. Anytime I hear Isaac, I'm like, that's our window. You son of a gun! Dude, this boss fight is so bad. I apologize for my strong words about this boss fight being so bad, quote unquote so bad. In my defense, it's terrible. Am I salty? Yeah, a little bit. Mostly because now, like, instead of being done and me getting to handle this hunger that hasn't abated since I woke up, gotta do a little bit more. To fight here, that's okay. You know what? Go ahead. It took 2 of our best familiars, without a doubt. It gave us 1 extra life. Can't say I'm a huge fan. It's always, and maybe this is like a Jeff Foxworthy sort of, it's always in the last place you look, dude. But really is like, you know what? I'm gonna forgive me, but also understand me. I'm gonna take us down to the Dark Judas level. Although, wait a minute, has Judas I don't care. Maybe he has beaten Delirium, maybe he hasn't. I'm taking us down to that level for my own sanity. Now, is a Galaxy Brain move, is it a smart move to kill yourself 8 times? To get double damage? Let me hit you with a hot take. Highly yes, because the odds of us beating... Spider, huh? The odds of us beating Delirium on 1 HP with Lazarus are 0. 0. Full stop. So anything... And again, we might have already unlocked what you need to unlock for this, but anything that gives us an edge in this situation. And a chance to win, even if it's for an unlock we've already gotten. I'll take it. Just to salvage some self-respect out of this run. So I'm looking, I mean, items, sure. Items are the lifeblood of any good run. But we also really, really want to see a lot of red hearts that we can turn into spirit hearts, because I doubt we're going to get spirit hearts directly. That's a very unfortunate situation, because now I look like an idiot, and it's because I made an idiotic decision. If I had found Potato Peeler before killing myself 8 times, I could have had 2 level 4 Meat Boys and an Orbital. Or, I don't know, we might have only had like 7 lives left at that point, but you get the idea. We would have had some extra advantages, so rest assured, your boy does not feel too smart right now. But that's the troll engine. It's the game's way of making you look like a fool. Oh, you're more than capable. I made the joke for you. Very nice. High Priestess, 2 of Hearts. Well, for now, High Priestess for sure. 2 of Hearts literally useless. Looking for something to replace the Groupon with, it's fair to say. I mean, you gotta admit, you know, the rooms are going real well for us. That's Mom's Knife in action, but still. It's not like we would expect anything different. I guess it's our negative luck that's also... And that's from experimental treatment, weirdly enough. But it's our negative luck that's causing us to not get the drops we're looking for here. We've gotten so few red hearts. Very, very nice use of that card. We got the Bible. So at least we got Bookworm. Pretty sure the Bible, like, kills you instantly if you use it against Delirium. Or it does nothing. One of the two. So, Spirit Hearts are getting up there. I actually think we have, like, a viable chance. And I'm not talking about a Sony laptop. Might be like 3, including this one, it might be like 3 boss fights we've not found. But come on, just hit me. If you can give me even like 1 extra Spirit Heart or something. Battery? Jumper cables have appeared in the basement. Alright, the run is not useless. Don't ever talk to me about that, please. I think... Oh, no, this is not the way you go to get to Delirium. Which means I am friggin' lost. Which is not unexpected for where we are in the game. And what we have as far as curses go, but doesn't make it any less frustrating. I found pills. That was an acid baby payout. From Delirium. If you want to talk about the most roundabout way to get access to an item in the game that does nothing for you, how about an I found pills that shows up via Delirium Acid Baby. And we only got Delirium by using Sacrificial Altar. This is like a sliding doors situation. I think this is Delirium over here. Alright, we're going to give it one more try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, we took an approach. I will say... we screwed it up a little bit. There's 2 things we screwed up, and I'll give them to you straight. One of them is the Thank you. Thank you. One of them is the killing ourselves before we got potato peeler. There's no way we could have known, but there's also no reason to have killed ourselves that quickly, except out of a sense of impatience. So that's on me. Secondarily, though... Whoop. What was I going to say? Oh, dude, we're doing a lot better now. Secondarily, we could have taken the Polaroid. You know, in our defense, we didn't know this was going to be a Delirium run necessarily, but we could have taken the Polaroid instead of the negative and actually gotten some value right here. But dude, it worked. Okay. Again, at least we won, but it was very, very spotty. I'm just happy to be getting out of this one with a victory. Things were looking a little dicey. Oh, we unlocked Shade. At least we got something. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And, of course, follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Northernlion. Be notified of when I go live for live content. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!